Hi, my name is Autumn Wintersgill, and today we're going to talk about how to crochet a ribbed row hat. We're going to begin by making a magic circle. So take the end of your yarn and wrap it around two of your fingers, on the back of your fingers, and then around the palm side of your fingers, and then back to the front. And hold that between your ring finger and your thumb. And then you have your loose tail of yarn inside of your hand, and just take your crochet hook through that loop that you're holding tightly and pull a chain of that tail yarn through that loop. Now pick up that tail yarn again and pull it through the loop that you just made. That's going to secure your magic circle. Now slip that circle off of your hand and continue crocheting with a loose tail, and you're going to make several single crochet stitches into your circle in the middle. The reason why I'm making a magic circle is because the magic circle allows you to pull your stitches in tightly at the top of a hat without having to have a huge hole at the top, which really takes away from the purpose of a hat covering your head. So after I've made my 8 stitches, I look to find the free tail of the yarn, and I'm going to pull on that, and this loop here is going to close all of the stitches together so they're very tightly organized. Now I'm going to look for the first stitch that I made. It's right here, and I'm going into that stitch, as you can see, and I'm pulling through a loop to make a slip stitch into that last stitch, so it joins the last stitch to the first stitch. This free tail of yarn can always be pulled tighter at the end if you need to pull that, and then just weave it in, and it'll perfectly keep your hat from forming a big hole at the top. Now I'm just going to go into the back of all of my stitches, which is going to create my ribbed rows. So I'm going to go into the back post of every stitch and just make a single crochet. We're going to be using the back of every stitch so that we can see this pattern form. If we were working this hat flat, we would have to flip and do this every other row. But it's easier when we're crocheting in the round. And with this kind of hat, I like to create a spiral effect, so I don't actually fasten my first stitch of my round with a slip stitch anymore. I just keep going around into the back of every stitch, and that makes almost a rose kind of shape to this hat, which is very nice and it is very feminine. So you'll just continue making that stitch into the back loop of every stitch of your round. So it's just a single crochet into the back loop. And when you want to increase, just place one more stitch into that stitch that you just made, and just continue all the way around until you want to end